So it was the India versus Pakistan clash at the T20 World Cup 2021. It was a brilliant game, but a one-sided game at the end. So congratulations to Pakistan. They did really well. It was their bowling, their batting, their fielding coming together, and they performed really well. So let's sum up from the beginning. So talking about the toss, Babar Azam won the toss and they opted to bowl first, which was a very good decision considering the pitch in Dubai. It favors the team that bowls first because towards the late half of the innings, the chase becomes much more easier because of the dew factor that comes in, which became very difficult for the Indian bowlers to bowl because they did not get grip from the pitch. And then talking about the batting of India. India batted first and it was a very sorry batting performance from India apart from Virat Kohli, who held one end even after the loss of a few wickets. So initially Shaheen Afridi bowled really well. First up, the first over that he bowled, he got Rohit Sharma, someone like Rohit Sharma who plays really aggressive in the power play. He took him for a first ball duck. Followed by that, in the second over he came in, he took KL Rahul, who's another very aggressive player. And then it was Rishabh Pant and Virat Kohli trying to rebuild the innings and putting up a partnership, but that failed as well. Virat Kohli played really well and it was a pretty good knock from him, a captain's knock from him. So talking about Pakistan's bowling, Shaheen Afridi took the 3 big wickets of Rohit Sharma, Virat Kohli and KL Rahul. And the other bowlers as well, Shadab Khan, Haris Rauf, all of them chipped in with important wickets and their economy was brilliant as well. They did not give a lot of runs. They controlled the innings. And I think the biggest flaw that India had in their batting was not taking those singles and doubles. They tried to go for the big shots, which was a big mistake in their batting. So we know before the match, Shaheen Afridi had mentioned that he would love to take the wickets of Rohit Sharma, KL Rahul and Virat Kohli, who are world-class players, and obviously he did that today. He took the 3 big wickets and I think that did put a big pressure on India initially. The next point I think that I have to mention here is another very important aspect in the game, which was Pakistan's fielding. They were really good in the field. They did not let those singles and doubles come easily. They made India struggle hard for those singles and doubles. They fielded really well. They did not give away those easy fours. So that was another big aspect in the game, which reduced a lot of runs for India. Next point, coming to India's bowling. India's bowling, I think it was a very good effort from the Pakistan batters. They played really well. It was a strategic, approach from the Pakistan batters. They exactly knew what they had to do. They did not go for those big shots initially. They looked at the ball. They played according to the situation, according to the conditions, and they used India's bowlers and their pace really well. Talking about the first over ball by Bhuvneshwar Kumar. Mohammad Rizwan had hit a 6 and a 4 against him. So I think that put a lot of pressure in India initially in the very first over, which also gave a lot of confidence to the Pakistani batters so that they could hit a lot more in the next overs. And I think the biggest disadvantage for India in the remaining overs was obviously the dew factor that came in. Dew was a big factor, especially playing in a pitch like the Dubai International Stadium, where it becomes very difficult for the bowlers when dew comes in and they cannot pitch the ball and they cannot grip the ball really well onto the pitch. So I think that was also another big factor. But it is a massive difficult situation for India after this game because they've lost the game by 10 wickets, which is quite a big margin, and I am sure that's going to affect their net run rate as well going into the other games in the future. So Pakistan might be mighty happy with this win because that's given them a boost to their net run rate. But for India, it's a dent to their net run rate and they have to work hard and win the remaining games by huge margins if they have to up their net run rate. So talking about India's bowling, they had not really bowled very well according to the kind of expectations that we had from them. Bumrah, Bhuvi and Shami, all 3 of them, they were expected to do a very good role in terms of their pace bowling, varying the pace and hitting the deck hard, hitting the pitch really hard and making it difficult for the Pakistani batters. Yes, again, the dew factor was a big aspect as well. But Shami, I think, bowled a lot of loose deliveries, which if you look at the last over as well, he gave away 16 runs, I think, in the last 5 balls, which he had bowled. So I think that was pretty obvious, by which we could understand that he gave a lot of loose deliveries, a lot of full tosses, which was easy for two set batters to easily attack and put them into the boundary ropes. So and talking about the spinners, India had two spinners in Varun Chakravarti and Ravindra Jadeja. Both of them bowled pretty well, but again, the dew factor, they could not pitch the ball really well. There was no grip for them, due to which the ball was not spinning a lot as well. But yes, they bowled pretty well compared to the pace bowlers. They kept the run rate down. They controlled their bowling. They controlled the Pakistani batters attacking. So that was a positive aspect of the game for India in terms of their bowling. And the fielding was also very good. I think it was not a very bad effort from India in terms of their fielding. They did a pretty good job in the field as well. Yeah, so anyways, the game's done and Pakistan won the game, and they won really well by a huge margin of 10 wickets, and it's a great confidence booster for them as well. But yes, India have been one of the best teams in the world, especially in the T20 format going around. So I'm sure they're going to bounce back really well. They've got around more than a week left for their next game. So they're going to do really well. I'm sure they're going to bounce back and put on a better performance with the bat, the ball. And yes, Pakistan fans, to Pakistanis, all the very big congratulations. And yeah, better luck to India as well for the coming matches in the ICC T20 World Cup.